Welcome back to Wake Up Charlotte Weekend, and thank you for waking up with us. We are watching the weather today as there's the possibility of some severe storms or at least some heavy rain.
Yeah, we do have strong to severe storms possible. So that's to say that the storms don't necessarily see our biggest impact of the day. I know Kayla and I have been talking about this a little bit, of course, this morning, but I want to make it very clear to folks today that the rain and the storms happen at a different time than our worst winds, which is not really typical, especially this time of year. Really, normally we're talking about a strong cold front coming in, everything happening at the same time. Not going to be the case though today. So this morning so far, things are actually relatively calm. Now, what I will tell you, which I'm sure Kaylin can attest to, it is really warm and really muggy outside. In fact, our temperatures right now are in the 60s for the most part. Those are our normal high temperatures this time of year. So while it is going to be a warm and sunny afternoon, we have a lot of mess to work with to kick off the majority of at least the first half of the day. So here's current satellite and radar. This is part of the same storm system that has caused massive amounts of damage across other portions of the country. Strong long track tornado yesterday in Little Rock, Arkansas, and really the past few days it has been a mess across much of the deep south. Now, two things to talk about here. One, the storm system is weakening as it approaches the Carolinas, as it often does. But again, this is not going to be our main threat here from the storm system. So here's current WCNC Doppler. You can see we're starting to see a few areas of light to moderate rain moving into portions of the mountains. Now, along with this rain, we're also tracking a few lightning strikes. I wouldn't say it's necessarily frequent lightning, but definitely enough thunder and lightning to wake you up this morning. And you can see some of the spots here affected, parts of Ashwaubenon and even down toward northern parts of Avery County, kind of near Banner Elk, Sugar Mountain, Beach Mountain, portions of that area already starting to see some rain. So in terms of our rain chances and our potential to see storms, that'll be primarily this morning. So of course you're seeing it in the mountains already. It's around 9 o'clock that we start to see this threat kind of filter down toward much of the Charlotte Metro, the Piedmont. For Charlotte, for outdoor activities today, it's a busy weekend, of course. Knights had their home opener last night, Charlotte Shout, things like that. I know there's a big black tie gala going on at Bank of America Stadium this evening. The main rainfall and storm potential, again, that's about 9 to noon. Notice as we get into the afternoon time frame, 1, 2, 3 o'clock, most areas are dry. But as we dry out and the front passes through, that's when we start to see our biggest impact from this storm system in the form of winds. I know it's really hard to kind of picture, so let's try to break it down for you. So isolated power outages will be a possibility thanks to some of these gusty winds. You can see there that's pretty much a low to moderate risk all day long. That's because our winds are staying high pretty much all day long. So notice severe storm potential, see a very small window of opportunity. Same for rain chances. Look how much longer those high winds are going to be around. Now, the reason, of course, why the winds cause those power outages, two things. One, of course, a gust of wind can sometimes knock them over if they're high enough, but also some of the rain that happens beforehand, it kind of can loosen things up like trees, branches, especially if they're rotted, and that can oftentimes then lead to a tree toppling over and those power lines coming down kind of from that effect. So today's best chance for rain and storms in the Charlotte Metro, 9 a.m. to noon. After that, high winds gusting close to 50 miles per hour will be possible across the Charlotte area, and in the mountains, those will be even higher. If you have outdoor plans today that include a bouncy house, a tent, you've got to tie them down and make sure that they are held down. That'll be a risk all the way through tomorrow morning. But thankfully, the winds will start to die down throughout Sunday, and your Guy Roofing 7-day forecast, you can see Sunday looking a lot better with a ton of sunshine, no storms, and still a pretty decent high temperature around 70 degrees.